Recording is in progress.
I
So,
heard it.
yes, Mr. Sven Ibens, we are on record now. Hi, Sven.
Hello, Kurt.
Good
Nice to see
morning.
you again, and nice to talk to you again.
Yes, it was in January, over a half year ago. I cannot believe how time flies.
Time goes fast, that's true.
Yeah. And we are actually one day away from, I am one day away from, actually, today is my travel day to Norway. So, we're going to talk about this a little bit. But before that, um, the most important thing for you and for me is probably the update of Fireflash, because that was main topic, big topic in January.
Yep.
Um, so what's going on? How is everything going there? Uh,
Um, well, the update on Fireflash is the following. We are back on a short break because Maya had a second surgery a week and a half ago. As you remember, she had a severe accident, landing accident in end of August last year. So it's actually almost exactly a year.
Mhm.
And she underwent surgery at that moment. She broke her back. The surgery at that time went well, and she recovered pretty quickly, which led to the fact that we started training in the wind tunnel again pretty quickly after the surgery and after the accident. And we did quite a bit of tunnel training with our new team member Lena.
Mhm.
I think I told you that at that time that Wesley stepped back from the team
Yeah.
uh, because he had some other balls to keep in the air, and we recruited Lena, who is a very talented young skydiver, full of energy and very joyful person, and she does great. I mean, we did some tunnel training. I think we did in total up until today maybe like 15 or 20 hours of tunnel. And we made some great progress with the team. In the beginning, we also needed to consider Maya's back because we couldn't go full speed, both from a fall rate point of view and from a points point of view. Um, but now Maya, she still was suffering. She was still having some pain, and she underwent second surgery. So they tried to fix the pain issues that she had, and so she's now recovering from that second surgery. So we are
Mhm.
now on a team break. Even though in September and October we will bring Wesley back into the lineup
Ah.
to keep on training a little bit in the wind
Mhm.
tunnel, just to make sure that Lena keeps on flying and that we as a team, we both Glenn and myself and Lena,
Mhm.
we the progress going and we keep the habit going, and then hopefully after October Maya will join us again, and then we can start again with training, and we still have. Hopefully, we still have a couple of competitions planned towards the end of the year. We will compete, or our plan is to compete at Wimby, the Wimbynamic in November. Our plan is also to compete at the ISR Grand
Mhm.
Prix, which is also the end of November. And then our big goal or our point at the horizon at this moment for tunnel training is Macau, the World Cup,
Oh,
Indoor
it's a
World Cup.
cup coming again next year. That's right. Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's in China, right?
Yeah, Macau. Yeah, it's China. I think it has a special state, which is called Macau.
Mhm.
So yeah, that's our ultimate goal for now, and then we'll have to see how we go with skydiving outdoors, and that mainly depends on how Maya is recovering,
Mhm.
uh, when she will be ready, both from a physical and mental point of view to start skydiving again. So we're still in the running, but it's a little bit of a road with some bumps and hiccups here and there.
Yeah. Well, good luck, Maya. I'm sure everything will be fine. And it sounds like a great plan because with Wesley and Elena gets the opportunity to catch up to where Fireflash was before. So that's great.
Yeah, yeah, we're looking forward to it. Even though we would obviously would have loved or would have preferred to keep flying with Maya.
Yeah, of course.
Her health and her recovery is at this moment is the most important thing.
So then the second topic before we get to all kind of other stuff, but you have been working now um, for half a year, for a little over half a year for you in your new job at Vigil as a team leader and managing director. So how is your team, your Vigil team doing? Do you have it under control?
Well, I mean, yes, of course, I have it under control. Yeah, I mean it's almost a year actually.
Mm,
Again, how time flies because I started on the 1st of September.
mhm.
So I will celebrate my first anniversary here in a couple of weeks. The team is doing good. Our production has gone up. Sales have gone up. We are doing all sorts of efforts to increase both sales and visibility, etc. So yeah, I mean, there's a lot of work still to be done, and which is being done at this moment. But it's exciting. It's very challenging for me because it's something that I hadn't done before. But I love the challenge, and I love how we with the team we can cooperate, etc. So it's I mean yeah, it looks good. And again, I told in the beginning that it would be nice. I thought it would be nice to work in the environment or in a company which lies very close to my passion, obviously skydiving. Um, but the days that I feel like I'm working in the skydive industry are very limited, to be honest. So there's a lot of other stuff going on and things that need to be arranged. Uh,
Mhm.
but still, I know that I'm working in the skydiving industry, and I'm together with the entire team. We're working on a nice product and something that we all use or should be using. So yeah, it's definitely nice. I don't regret the step that I have made.
And it's teamwork. So and I
Absolutely.
hear this guy Sven Ibens, he has a pretty good reputation in the sport to be a good team leader. So it fits obviously to your nature, to your
Thank you.
personality too, to have a job like that.
Thanks, Kurt.
Well, that sounds great. So then let's move a little closer to the event, to the coming event, which is the Outdoor World Cup. You will not
Yeah.
be there. Um,
No, unfortunately
Unfortunately,
not.
yeah, we of course would love to see you, but there are a few other teams who are coming from the same area. You
Yeah.
used to be the alternate for Hayabusa, um, and I saw you, even when you were not, when you had Fireflash already, you were still showing up at events as the alternate for Hayabusa, but not this time. Who's the alternate now for Hayabusa, replacing you?
They have no alternate. To be honest with you, Kurt, I've been alternate at World Meets twice for Hayabusa. First time was in Prostia. First time when they won the World Championship in the Excalibur sword, and then the second time was in Chicago, 2016. Um, Honestly, I think the guys did it to do me a favor, or at least to show me some. I would not say respect, but some gratitude for the past.
Mhm.
Obviously, when they would have needed to use me, I mean, it would be damage control, and they would not want any Excaliburs at that point. So I'm super grateful that I had the opportunity to be their alternate. But at this moment, they don't have an alternate, so they don't register an alternate. They are limited in resources. They cannot, with their budget, they cannot afford to have a fifth full-time or a sixth full-time member of the team in the army. So they choose not to register an alternate for their team.
Yeah. Well, you have substitutes there in in Norway. The area of Belgium and Netherlands is very closely connected anyway,
Yep.
and there are several teams. Belgium has only one team, Hayabusa, but the Dutch delegation is a pretty large one, and you're involved with them too. Um, I just looked at the Dutch delegation yesterday, actually, in an update, and they have the maximum of four teams there. And you have been coaching. at least out of the blue, and maybe more. So you will be looking at the leaderboard very carefully there.
Absolutely, yeah. And I think it's super nice for the Netherlands that they have a full delegation in four-way, or at least four-way open present there. I like the fact that they are taking the opportunity of a World Cup in Europe, being held in Europe, and then participating in it. And I don't think I think it's something that I mean, it's very nice as a team to be able to participate in it, even though you don't compete for medals or anything, but it's just such a nice experience for a team to compete at that stage. So yeah, I'm looking forward to see the Dutch teams perform. And yes, I have been working with Out of the Blue a little bit, even though it's only as a sort of a replacement coach for Dennis. I mean, their head coach, their main coach is Dennis from Hayabusa. But every now and then he is occupied with his own schedule, traveling or training or enjoying family time. And then I am basically their first person to go to whenever Dennis is not available for them. And I have been working with them last weekend. They had their last training weekend before Vos. It was a super nice training weekend. They look sharp. They look absolutely ready for the upcoming competition. So I'm looking forward to see them perform, and I'm also looking forward to see the other Dutch teams, Chaotic Motion. I have been working with Chaotic Motion quite a bit last year, before they replaced Manuel, who is now being replaced by Jaap. And they are super strong as well. They are an upcoming team, the young team, with motivated people. So I'm looking forward to the battle actually between Out of the Blue and Chaotic Motion. And then also Team Lux. I have been coaching them also just one single time, because they are coached by Mekki. Mekki is the inside center of Out of the Blue.
Mm-hmm.
And Mekki asked me if I could fill in for her whenever she was also not available to coach the team. And I mean, also their motivated team, young people making great progress. So I'm looking forward to their scores as well. And then the only team that I do know them, but I've not worked with them, is Forigami. But I think also for that team, it's nice that they compete there. I mean, it will be an experience of their lifetime. And hopefully all teams will enjoy the competition and benefit from it, because I mean, to be able to see the world's best teams in action and competing with other teams in your own league is a very unique experience.
Yeah, Origami is that's actually the longest standing Dutch team of the four teams who are going there. I'm sharing the screen here now with you. I don't know if you can see
I
that.
can see it. Yes.
Okay, good. So then we have that together. So that was interesting for me, to find out. They were formed in 2007. So that's a pretty long time around, and that's the first international. I mean, the first FAI competition. So that will be a great experience for them.
Yeah.
So looking at you're seeing the power rankings now, the so-called power rankings. What I'm expecting after they are sorted by previous results and so forth and so forth. So give me an evaluation of the power rankings there that I always have to change them when I talk to Gary or to Kurt or other people. Then after the conversation, I make adjustments. This is the last evaluation of the power rankings now by Sven Ibens.
Whoa.
So go ahead and tear it apart.
Hey, I dare not. I mean, you have looked at it. Gary has looked at it. Probably other top coaches and competitors have looked at it. I mean, I'm not the one. I'm not the last one that's going to change it. No, but I mean, of course, I think the top four that you mentioned there. I think Arizona Airspeed is definitely the top contender. They are the top dog. I don't think anybody will be able to touch those guys. Looking at their footage, looking at their videos, knowing that they have trained super hard. I mean, they're gonna be unbeatable at this competition unless something really dramatic happens, which nobody is hoping for. I do expect a very close battle between France and Belgium, to be honest with you.
Aha, there is an adjustment.
Yeah, I mean, I am, of course, I'm Belgian. I'm putting Hayabusa in
Yeah, of
second
course,
place.
yeah.
No, but
Okay,
I think it's going to be very close between those two teams, and I'm looking forward to see the scores and how they deal with the pressure that comes with it. I know that Hayabusa is in a very good shape, considering the phase of training that they are in. I've been looking at. I saw Dennis last weekend, and I've been looking at their latest jumps. They look very nice. They look
all
very
right, great. Well, I
yeah.
will be glad to turn the two second and third into tied or both in
Yeah,
second place contenders.
that's actually what I have in my power
All
rank.
right, no,
I mean,
very good.
and of course, we all know that France will be strong as well. I mean, they have been training hard as well. They are a young and upcoming team as well. Yeah, I'm looking forward, and I think that the gap between those two teams and airspeed will be smaller than it was. To be
They
honest
will
with you.
push each other upwards,
Yes,
probably. Yeah.
yes, they will push each other upwards, and they have the momentum, the momentum of growing as a team and performing as a team. They have that momentum in their advantage, I think. So I think, and I'm hoping that the gap between one and between the gold medal and the other two medals will be smaller than it was on the previous competition.
And then we have your former teammate,
Yeah,
Andy
yeah.
Rowles, working with the Qatar Tigers, who kind of disappointed a little bit, at the indoor event, at least at the world. They still won the bronze medals at the world meet, so that that's good in October last year. But it seems like they are not really yet, or we don't know, in contention with France and Hayabusa. What do you think?
I agree. I think Qatar will be most likely in fourth place. Again, I'm hoping that they are closing the gap a little bit. Maybe they suffered a little bit from the change in coaching. It's definitely a different style in coaching between Gary and Andy, I believe. I'm pretty sure that, and I know that Gary did a fantastic job with those guys, and I'm pretty sure that Andy will do the same. But maybe they still needed to get used to each other a little bit. I'm hoping that will crystallize and will show in the performance. Would be a shame to see Qatar having to let go the other three top contenders, because it's always nice to have at least four
Absolutely.
teams competing for medals.
Absolutely.
Then you know that one of those will not have a be in contention for a medal, which is a shame for that team, but it makes the battle a little bit more fierce, I believe.
Yeah, and they are the defending bronze medalists, so
Yep.
we have to keep that in mind. But
True.
and then it seems like the most um, contended spot is the fifth place. I mean, the next one after that, there seem to be several teams, pretty close to each other. To that was similar already in Eloy last year, and it seems to continue that
Yeah.
spot behind the top four.
Agree. I'm a little bit in doubt or where to put. I know Papaya. They look very strong. They are impressive. The progress that they have made, super nice. I think. So they are definitely playing for that fifth position together with Amnesia. I definitely agree with that. Talented team with a lot of skydiving or four-way background in it as well. I'm not sure how Airbus will compare to those teams. I think Airbus might be the underdog a little bit in that battle, and probably also Midwest or Next. I know that they have undergone some changes in the lineup. I believe I think they changed two people in the lineup.
Mhm.
So we'll have to see how they compare to the other teams that you have in fifth place, in tied fifth place. So yeah, Agera, I know they had super nice nationals with great scores. I think the draw of their Norwegian nationals was a little bit on the faster side. Um, So I think they had an 18.6 at that competition from the top of my head. Well, you're going to look at it right now.
18.7, yeah.
18.7. So yeah, that's nice. Although it be maybe a little bit of a faster draw. So yeah, it's gonna be exciting for fifth place. I think that one of the nicest battles will take place in that part of the ranking. I think Rhythm, of course. I mean, they have always been strong. Undergone a massive change in lineup, but probably Doug is leading that team very in a very experienced and professional way. So they will be strong as well. I definitely believe that.
So hang on one second, Sven. If I understand that correctly, then there is another adjustment because you expect Agera also being a part of that because on that version that we see here, they are in the top. I mean, in the battle for the last top 10 spot, and not in the one for the fifth place. But you see Agera in the.
I think Papaya, Amnesia, Rhythm are definitely in contention for that fifth place. And maybe slightly behind that would be Airbus next and Agera. But
Good.
they will compete for that fifth place, I think. But it's gonna be tough to get that fifth place. Obviously, there's six contenders for that fifth place. So that's gonna be exciting to watch.
Through 3 contenders and 3 underdogs out of this group. Okay.
Yeah, I mean that's the way I see it.
I love to hear some. Everybody has a little bit different view, no doubt about this. And then we have out of the blue, and let's see, is there even if Agera is a part of that, that makes it 10. So then there's no room for out of the blue or the cheetahs were on the top 10 anymore.
Yeah, top 10 is going to be hard to achieve, I believe. I think out of the blue and the cheetahs will be close to each other. It would be nice if they could beat one of the contenders in fifth place, so they could enter that top 10 ranking. I saw out of the blue last weekend; they looked super sharp.
So that's the task for the. I'm having a little interruption here now. Can you hear me still, Sven? You there?
That's definitely the best.
Oh, you're back. Okay.
Best basis for a good performance. I don't know about the cheetahs. I know Luke and Gary are working with the Qatar farmer team.
The internet is acting up here now. I may have to check the connection here for a second. Oh, Sven, that is sad. Oh, now you're back again. Okay, so good. Do you hear me? Are you good?
Yeah, I hear you perfect. 10 on 10.
Okay, good, because I got some internet troubles here, but it seems to be working again. Good. All right, so we got this top 10 situation covered, and which there will be a few adjustments. I look forward to making them. It's interesting when new insights are added to it, and then we have the whole rest of the field there, obviously, which is interesting and exciting in itself. And
I would from the Dutch teams, I would place Chaotic Motion like also in contention for that 13th place.
Let me take a look at this again. So for the 13th space, Chaotic Motion. Okay, I see. Because you are expecting them to threaten out of the blue, which means like they belong up there. All right, good. Another little adjustment there, no doubt. So they go up into the 13th. All right, I like it, Sven. Thank you very much for.
For what it's worth, it may be completely out of the ballpark what I'm saying here, but.
Well, nobody knows, so we are all, but that makes it interesting. Hey, they do this they do it in politics and other sports. We're doing it in our sport here, all right? So nothing wrong with it. The pundits, right? We are the pundits in our sport. Well, the Belgian and the Dutch teams will have a rematch right after the conclusion of the World Cup, right? So the 4 Dutch teams we'll go there. There is a special event happening this year in the Benelux states.
Yeah, correct. I mean, it's not going to be this year only, because as from now on, this is the first time, but as from now on, the Belgian and Dutch federations have joined forces, and they will, or the nationals will be organized together with each other. So we'll have a larger field of teams competing. Will only the drop zone will only have to organize it once. I think there's only benefits for it, especially the fact that we're competing against more teams, which is always
exactly. Yeah.
And then
And
also
I would have liked to visit for that too, but it's a little bit too much time between the end of the and then there's a German nationals also at the same time, or actually before the weekend before, I believe. So it would be nice to do all of that, but that's a too long time frame, unfortunately.
yeah.
Anyway, I'm also coming to the end here, and Zoom just told me that about 5 minutes ago that I have 10 minutes left. So I think we have to come to a conclusion here. And first of all, Sven, thank you for taking the time. I really feel privileged because you obviously are a very busy man these days. You know, you hardly have any time to be a part of the Skyrim community because of your business part. So I feel really privileged that you gave me 45 minutes basically of your time, you know.
It is my pleasure, Kurt. And hey, to be honest with you, I'm probably I'm not gonna say I'm more part of the skydiving community right now, but I am spending more and more time at drop zones during the weekend, because our son started skydiving and he's hooked to it. So I'm forced to be at a drop zone, which is not a real punishment.
Great. Well, I hope he finds some teammates. I don't know if you followed the news from the Czech Republic,
Yeah.
with the junior team. Actually, they completed round one now of their national championships,
Really?
and the junior team is ahead by 6 or 7 points after one round.
No way. Nice.
Yeah,
Nice.
it's fun with an average age of under 17 years. How old is your son?
16.
So,
And he will be competing at Belgian Nationals
oh,
together
fantastic.
together with my wife and myself, and with Lena, our my
That's
firefighter team
great.
member.
I can't wait to follow that. So that's the next topic then. All
Yeah,
right.
we will still have a couple of training days, and tomorrow will be will be a training day for us as well.
Oh, fantastic. Well, enjoy it. I'm jealous. I have 3 kids too, and they are already old enough now, so I have to work on
Yeah,
that.
it's
Okay,
gonna be
but
exciting.
Sven, thank you very much.
You're
And
welcome, Kurt. Thank you for your time.
have a great weekend and a great time with your family team.
That's going to happen. And enjoy Voss. Looking forward to seeing all your updates. And I will be following it closely. And the refresh button will do overtime again.
Thanks.
Thank you
Bye,
very
Sven.
much.